Hi, welcome to Arty Crafty Alchemy. Today I am sharing with you the Whimsy Wishes collection from Kaisercraft. I'm the Arty Crafty Alchemist. Let's get started. For this collection I managed to get the whole kit. So I have everything that they had for this collection. The last couple of Christmas collections don't seem to have had sticker books. I think there was one maybe this year that had a sticker book with it, but the ones that I managed to get didn't have them. We have both sentiments and collectibles again. We'll have a quick look at the papers first. The first one is called Falling Snow. Again, every sheet in this one is also foiled. There was no 12 by 12 paper pack as far as I'm aware. And we have the, I guess they're snowflakey patterns. And we have silver foil this time. Faithful friends who are dear to us gather near to us once more. The leaves on this side are foiled, silver birch. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I am not sure what you would call that pattern. I guess maybe they were going for a birch tree type pattern. Got some snowflakes down the bottom. Night sky. On the back we have these beautiful foiled branches, and then peace, love, blessings, and that's repeated across the bottom. I wasn't able to get doubles of all the papers of these that I wanted to get. Snowfall. We have this beautiful silver script on the blue. All is merry and bright this Christmas. Foiled stars. I'm not sure if you can see the star shape on the screen. Very pretty. Cold outside, and then there is the blue stripe on the back. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I don't think I got a double of that. I would have loved to have got two of them. Forest foliage, presents in the corner. May the spirit of Christmas bring joy to your heart and happiness to your home. Dashing deer. Ornaments on the back that have a bit of a Nordic feel. Believe, Merry Christmas, good tidings, jingle bells, joy to the world, sleigh bells, and then it starts repeating again. Wrapped up, foiled presents. This is another one I tried to get another copy of, but I couldn't. On the back is just brown paper. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Warm wishes. The cut apart. Believe in the magic of the season. Believe in the magic of Christmas. Peace on earth will come to stay when we live Christmas every day. Snowflake, merry and bright, holiday magic, spreading Christmas cheer, cheer, holiday, believe, ornament, warm wishes, Merry Christmas, all is calm, all is bright, peace, Merry Christmas, may the spirit of Christmas bring joy to your heart, holiday cheer, Merry Christmas, Christmas waves a magic wand over this world and behold, everything is softer and more beautiful. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Season's greetings, Christmas greetings, making spirits bright, a present with love, peace and blessings, love, 'tis the season, and happy holidays. Next there is the wooden flourishes, snowflake, present, branch, deer, love tag. There is another branch under there. Christmas tree, leaves and berries, and a love ornament. Next is the Whimsy Wishes stamp set. We have that snowflake type pattern that they've done on the paper. Sort of like a birch sign, although you could probably put it in as a soft snowbanks and stamp it in a really soft grey tone or something like that into some snow to get a cool pattern as well. Believe in the magic of Christmas and 2 snowflakes. Next is the 6.5 inch paper pad. 12 sheets of pattern paper, so there's 2 of each. 12 specialty papers, 6 times 2 foil, and the 4 die cut pages. A smaller version of the trees, plain brown paper, which is slightly paler than the one on the 12 by 12 sheets. Presents are foiled again, so you can have the presents in both sizes, and these should actually cut in a scan and cut if you have them. Not sure how the foil would work. I would have to scan it and see, but I may try it just to see if it will work. Just depends on if the silver interferes. Branches, no. Snowflakey type design, the birch tree type design. Stars, these ones are not foiled, they're just white instead. The script is tiny but foiled on this. More traditional snowflakes, watercolory spotchy pattern. Some of the leaves in this pattern are foiled. Leaves on the brown, blue stripe. The ornaments are foiled. We have that cute little deer, size to fit on a card front. And again, we have that with the present bundles. Now for this one, they have taken them from all over this time. So it's this block here, and then this block here. And Merry Christmas and Peace and Blessings are actually only in this. Then we have the die cuts. May your heart be warm with the blessings of Christmas in the 2 colourways. Wishing you Christmas memories filled with love and laughter. Merry Christmas. Making spirits bright. Season's greetings. Merry Christmas. Warmest wishes. May the spirit of Christmas bring joy to your heart. I actually like that they are doing multiple colourways. The border strips, they are really big on these frames. The last 3 Kaisercraft Christmas collections that I've looked at have all had these frames. Anything I don't like is sometimes it can be hard to punch them out without ripping the thin sides. Have yourself a merry little Christmas, which punches out of the middle. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the seasons, Christmas greetings, seasons greetings. And some tags down the bottom. Warmest wishes, the presents just for you, and Merry Christmas. And then there is the tab and sentiment page. Believe is the season, blessed. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. So there's 3 Merry Christmases. Season's greetings, merry and bright. Tis the season, Merry Christmas, Christmas wishes with love just for you and wishing you joy. Is the paper pad, and now we'll have a look at the collectibles. 24 or more pieces. Giant snowflake, deer, wood chip with Merry Christmas. Some of those Nordic style snowflakey patterns. Silver snowflake, peace on earth ornament, believe, some leaves, another one, and a bigger leaf, and a big leaf there as well. Then we have another one of these Nordic style snowflakes and more ornaments. Snowflake pattern is the season, blessed, and there are presents, lots of different presents to choose from. More wood chip, little ornament that says family, and another present. That is the collectibles. Then they also have the sentiment pack. This one has 24 or more designs as well. More ornaments, holiday magic, believe, boy, love, mistletoe kisses, Merry Christmas from our family to yours, joy to the world, a Merry Christmas tag made with love, may your days be merry and bright, blessings and peace, warmth and cheer, may the spirit of Christmas bring joy to your heart, deck the halls, moments, Christmas, peace, cheer, blessed to be together. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. All is calm, all is bright. Celebrate the season. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Our Christmas. So very merry. Warmest wishes and believe. I will design cards, and for you I'll be back in a jiffy. I made 15 cards and still have all of these cut aparts and collectibles and sentiment strips and things left over to make plenty more. For this card I'm going to stamp it with the snowflakey Nordic style design. I don't need that, I just need this sheet. This one's from the paper pad. I was working out my placement on the back. I'm going to try this tip I saw on some other videos. That is to use your blending foam to get the oxide to smooth out some, but I don't think it's working very well on this because it is a brand new stamp, but we will see. Well, that's not too bad actually. I'll just do it again. It is determined that she's going to be the star of the show again today. And for this one I'm just going to flip it around and do the same thing. And I'm going to go again just to darken it up a little. I forgot to wet my stamp chamois, so I'm just going to clean the stamp off, and then I'm going to place it on the edges. Make sure everything's up in the corner and do the same thing all over again. Be careful not to put your fingers on the ink, it's still wet. Luckily I didn't mess it up enough to make too much of a difference. Now I did this one first because I know it needs to dry for a minute, so I'm just going to set that piece aside and let it dry. And that is the only stamping I've done for any of these 15 cards. The paper pad, there's the 2 sheets that you can cut straight down the middle. For the next 4 cards use those. I had cut a circle on here, but then I changed which die cut I was using. I'm going to center this as best I can. And then these are so skinny that I need to use glue. Just going to trim off the excess. I have this Blessings and Peace bauble, and I'm going to add glue to the back. I've set that one aside for a minute because it needs a string, and I have a couple of other cards with ornaments in them, and I will use the same strip that is in them because it's a skinnier one. Just trimming off the little bit of excess. I have this Happy Holidays cut apart, and just lining that up in the centre. Already put some foam on the back of this to add some dimension. Swap the block onto that one for now and put that one aside, and this one should be dry enough now. Didn't add tape to the back of this one because it needed to be stamped. I like to add tape to the long sides. It stops it having a gap so much underneath it. When you put the tape at the top and bottom, often the sides will lift up a bit. I've cut this panel 1/4 inch smaller than my card base. I have reinforced the back of this cut apart with a piece of cardstock, and I'm going to add my sheet of foam. I am using the circles to centre the panel. Again, I'm going to swap that over. One could use a little bling on it as well. And there's the Happy Holiday one. Next is the 2 deer ones. Again, I've added foam to the back of a rectangle to mat my Believe sentiment on. This is one of the cut aparts. There is the first reindeer card. For this card, I have a piece of cardstock that matches the colour of the Collectibles. This is not Nina Solar White, but I know Nina Solar White does also match colour of Collectibles. Just because I needed it to match Warmest Wishes. It looked weird having it on there like that with the Warmest Wishes being a different colour. Again, trimming off the excess. I've already added some foam to the back of the sentiment. Swap the block. There are some more complicated ones, I promise. I'll get the next easy one out of the way first. This piece is from the 12x12. Although the paper pad pieces are very close in size to these as well. Usually when you get the 12x12, the pattern is much bigger. They are of comparable size. Again, there's foam on the back of that. This one will definitely need some bling. Although I actually really like it the way it is. This might be a little plain for some people. I really struggled with what to do with the presents. It took me quite a few goes to work out some ways to use some of the present pieces. Some of them are quite large, better suited to scrapbook pages, I think. Or used on not such a patterned paper maybe. What I did was I cut this one out. It was one of the cut aparts, and I fussy cut around it. My battery ran out when I was sticking that piece down. I'm trying to decide if I want to add the silver strip or no silver strip, and I'm thinking I'm going to go with no silver strip and perhaps add some bling. Then I'm going to swap the card. This is the circle that I originally planned to put on there, and I was going to mat it on white, but I've changed my mind. Chopping off the excess. I don't know why I'm doing it with my scissors, but anyhow, this one was wide enough for some tape, so I don't have to glue this one. I'm going to pop a tiny little bit of glue behind there because I didn't go far enough with the tape. Then I have my leaves. I'm taking the tape off both of these at the same time just so I can try and work out where they need to go. I'm not going to press this down yet. I'm just going to leave it there. I think that looks pretty good, so I'm going to press that down now, and then I'll add some glue to the back of this. Again, I've popped the sentiment up on foam tape to give it some dimension. This is the other piece of that. I used the whole sheet of paper up. More silver strips. I used lots of silver strips in this one. Both these snowflakes are from the Collectibles. I'm going to make sure the snowflake is somewhat parallel to the silver lines. Got foam on the back of this to give some dimension. And then on this snowflake I've added some very old foam squares. Kaisercraft 3D foam squares. I assume I got them from Spotlight or something, but they're really old. Probably more than 10 years old, and one side is sticky. I need to add some glue. I also held it up to this where I wanted it to be and then drew a line so I knew not to stick tape beyond a certain point. I may add some bling to the centre of that one. Okay, here's one of the a bit more complicated ones. I have more of the 12 by 12 sheet. Doesn't have to be centered too much, as I have 1/4 inch thick pieces of silver this time. Cat attack. I am going to trim off the excess. I've added a ton of tape to the back of Believe. If I wasn't so lazy, I'd probably have used foam. I don't know why I didn't just glue it, to be honest. Here is the thinner piece of silver. Mischief, no, it. And I'm just going to add glue behind them and stick them down where they need to go. No. And then I'm going to glue the strips under roughly where I want them to be. And then I'm going to add the baubles on while arguing with my cat. Add some glue to this one. And then I'll add the block onto that one. Next I have the deer collectible. And I have this die cut border from the paper pad. Last, let's see if I can get this up without causing too much issue. I need to add this silver piece on. And then the die cut border. And then I need to trim these. Now I've got my deer. Mischief, you're in the way. I have my Kodamaroo corner rounder, and I'm just going to round everything on the smallest corner. Add the foam tape to the back. Going to add glue behind the sentiment. Swap them over. Going to grab this one and try and trim where we need it to go. And that one now has its string, so I'll put that aside to dry. This is another super simple one. Again, this was a 12 by 12 piece, and I have just trimmed down the portion that I wanted. One that I used earlier with the single present on it came from this same piece of paper. This is one of the sentiments from the sentiment pack, and I've just added it onto some foam. I'm hoping I can get these last two done before my battery dies. It's been flashing for half an hour, so we'll see. I do believe this is the top of this piece of paper. I ended up cutting this card to 4 inches wide instead of the usual 4 1/4. That's because this piece of the sentiment was 4 inches wide. On my foil sheet, I've also made a little ornament topper. I am not sure where I was up to when my camera died, but I have glued a little piece onto here that I've cut out with a strip of extra silver and just made little angled cuts to make it an ornament topper. Now that I've got that in place, I'm going to add this ornament. I'm going to center it over the bow string. Add this little ornament now. Finally, I'm going to add glue to this one and add it on. Add the block as per, and then the final card is just another very simple one. I've already added some white foam to the back of this panel. I've actually used one of my card bases. I was trying to cut edge off one and I cut the wrong side, so that was perfect. For all the silver I used these Kaisercraft foil paper pads. All that bashing about you can probably hear in the background is my washing machine getting fixed, yay! First card took advantage of those pages that could be cut in half, and I've added the warmer wishes and the 2 strips, so that was a very quick and easy card to make. This one is the same but opposite, and so I have just layered up the believe with the silver strips again. Quick easy cards. And the next one uses the present one, and I've added the happy holidays, matted it onto some white cardstock, and again with the strips. You all know by now I love my strips. And then for this one I've added an ornament, and the string is another piece of the silver. These 2 pieces actually go together. This joins here together like this. Didn't even realise that there was still a piece of present on there, but that doesn't really matter. You don't really notice it in the card. This one I've just added the strips. One good thing about the silver foil is you can lightly run your finger across it once the glue is dry to get it all off, if you're using a EVA style glue. And I've popped up a peace and blessings sentiment strip from the cut aparts, that one. And for this one I have popped up the Merry Christmas, one of the presents from the Collectibles, and then this was from a cut apart, and I have cut around that and stuck that down, and that actually looks like it's part of the paper now. The next pair of cards, this one I have taken the foliage and added it around my sentiment, may the spirit of Christmas bring joy to your heart. And I've used a leftover piece of the sparkly snowflakey Nordic style design. And the other half of that design is on this one. I've used 2 snowflakes, more gold, more silver strips. I'm so used to saying gold that I keep trying to say gold strips. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. And this one's popped up on the coloured foam, and then this one is popped up on foam squares, and the foam squares are a little bit higher, so it adds just a little bit more dimension. I forgot this one. This one is also from a sheet of paper. It's the top part of one of these sheets, and I've added the part, may the spirit of Christmas bring joy to your heart, and then the ornaments say peace on earth and joy. That's 3 cards out of 1 piece of paper. I still have more of that left. That's what the back of it looks like, so maybe I'll use that side on something. Next pair of cards, one simple. I've just layered up the part. I'm not sure if silver's coming up silver or black. When I try and take photos, half the time it comes up black. Christmas waves a magic wand over this world, and behold, everything is softer and more beautiful. And then with another piece of that paper, I've used the Believe collectible, love to the world, and I just love the foil, the background of that. This is another of the cut aparts. For this one, I took the plain piece of cardstock and stamped it with the stamps from the collection, so it matches in with the ornaments, and it says have yourself a merry little Christmas. And then the last 2 cards, another very simple basic layering job. Peace on earth will come to stay when we live Christmas every day. Some of these very simple ones I just add a little bit of bling to. This one I'm thinking of adding bling here and here. This one maybe to the corners, maybe on the center panel itself. And then finally we have the deer, and this one just says nice and simply Merry Christmas. Leftover piece of that. Then I've added a strip of silver and one of the die cut punch outs from paper pad. That is the cards I've made with the Whimsy Wishes collection. I hope you enjoyed them. Let me know your favourite below. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to see more content like this, and hit the bell notification. Know when new videos come out. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.